Go.
Hey guys, so thank you for joining me today on my midday. I wanted to share something with you today that I thought was really special, and this might be only the second time I'm going to actually have somebody else talk to you directly. Today, as I was walking, a gentleman kind of pulled up alongside me and offered me a ride. I said, well, can you take me to the next mini mart and maybe get to know you a little bit? And it was fascinating. I met a gentleman named Rocky Martin. He's actually holding my tripod right now, and I'm going to spin it around. I'm going to let him talk to you folks. Sometimes other people can be so inspiring. So I'm going to let Rocky tell you a little bit about his history, why he does what he does, who he helps, why he helps them, why he picked me up. I asked him the question. He said, he asked himself, what would Jesus do? He feels he's kind of a big truck's making noise over here. He feels he's a tool of God, and reached out to me, and we went to McDonald's. We sat down and talked. Fascinating on many different levels. We talked about some of his background, where he came from, some of the things happening here in America and what he sees, how it impacts him, positively and negatively. But the gentleman extended himself to me, bought me a gift card here, so he's very gracious, and I appreciate certainly that. But I think that we'd all benefit a little bit from getting to know Rocky. The little bit I can tell you about him that I found out is he came to America in 2006. He's of Indian descent. And I asked him how he was treated and welcomed here in northern Indiana. And, quite frankly, he said, some people welcomed him very graciously and others not as graciously. And I asked him if it ever got violent or how did that happen. He said, not so much a little bit, but he never let it bother him. He just felt like this was his calling, and this is where he was meant to be. He grew up in an orphanage in India. And part of his dreams is to maybe go back and give back to these orphanages. So he's certainly respectful of that. And the one thing I've noticed in talking to Chris from Convoy and other folks is that people that are not from this country have a completely different respect and perspective of life in general. And I think that's some of the things that we all are guilty of to some degree. We grew up in this country, and we have taken for granted some of the conveniences and some of the things that are just normal to us, and to get a perspective from somebody, to hear them passionately speak about why they're doing what they're doing, makes me understand how passionate I am about what I'm doing. And I'm just going to take that back from Rocky, introduce him to you guys, and just welcome another journey friend along the way here. We got a big 18-wheeler backing up, so hopefully it won't make too much noise. And I'd love you to meet Rocky Martin. So Rocky, thank you, bud. And I'm going to just set this up here and kind of go from there. Yep. I'll just hold it, it's easier. So we're just sitting out here at a McDonald's parking lot. And Rocky, can you just tell us a little bit about who you are, how you came to be here, how you came to see me today, and why you met me today?
Excuse me. Well, I was coming from Fort Wayne. I went to get some stuff from my boss, and on the way I saw you walking, so maybe I thought he's going to walk a long way, because it seems like there's no park around. So I asked him for a ride. I asked him if he needed a ride, and he said yeah, he needed a ride. So I was able to help him out, and my desire is that if we could help each other out, the world will be a better place. And yeah, my name is Rocky Martin, as he said, and I grew up in India. In 2006, I came to the US to serve the young people that are broken, because I'm also coming from a broken background. I do not know my dad, but I know my mom, and I grew up in a single, like an orphan in a destitute home with my younger brother. And my desire is to help other people that come my way and share the love of Jesus with other people too. And yeah, I think we are blessed more than what we realize at times, and it's our responsibility not to listen to the media, the news that is controlled by the left or the right, but let us focus on the Bible, and let us just love one another. It doesn't matter what we are, who we are, what a complexion is that how we treat each other. And I think that's more important as a nation than anything else. And also I want to encourage the young folks that are here, the Americans, whoever is in this nation. You're born with a jackpot. If you're in this nation, you have a jackpot, and it's very easy for you to start up your own business and to become a multi-millionaire. And that's my desire, to become a multi-millionaire. And I'm not ashamed to talk about my dream. And I want you guys, if you guys want to start your own businesses, get together, open a franchise of Subway or a McDonald's or a gas station or a hotel. It's so easy. you know, people without the documents, they come here, they have good cars, and they drive good rigs and everything else. And I think as Americans, you guys can do it. So put God first and just do your best, and you will succeed. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Rocky. Thank you very much, buddy. And guys, so there we go. That was a journey friend, Rocky, and you know, in my talks with him, there we go, fire. I'm sorry. In my talks with him earlier, you know, I want to not do him a disservice right now. I want to applaud him, because the depth of the things we spoke about was really enlightening, and I don't mean spiritually or religiously, just the practicality of yes, he's God-based, but his thoughts and his dreams. And he talked about, you know, one of the reasons he wants to become a multimillionaire is not for his own benefit, and you know, he wants to be able to share that not only with an orphanage and things like that, but he works with troubled youth here. People seek him out. Share a story with you that he shared with me on the way. There was a gentleman from Elkhart, Indiana, which is probably about 25 miles north of here, and he had to go out to a town in Illinois, about an 8-hour drive, to be able to go. And he didn't have his documentation. He was an American kid, I think an Amish kid, a white kid, but he didn't have his license or something like that, his ID, to be able to get a train ticket or anything like that. So the community reached out to Rocky, and here, you know, again, he doesn't get paid for this. He doesn't get paid to work, of course, but you know, he took an 8-hour drive one way to go help this young man and come back, and he just felt like he was doing you know, just a human act of kindness and what he was called to do. And that is such a rare thing these days. So like I said, while money is something that is a goal of his, and as he said, he's not afraid to share it, you know, his goal isn't to become and drive big cars and have big houses. It's to be able to spread that money around and to share that, and it's really refreshing. And again, sometimes I question my own divinity here as I'm walking to be meeting people like him and so forth. So thanks for listening, thanks for following, guys. I love you, and I'll check in with you later on. Okay, thanks.